Thank you for joining the World Light Net.
Have you realized that when someone gains a journey, he thinks that he is doing something no one else has ever done or has an idea of, and so therefore seeking for advice and seeking for insight does not become a border? Have you done that analysis? If you have not done that, then I'm here to discuss with you the kind of tragedy, the kind of pain and sorrow that this generation is about to experience as a result of the negligence of hearing the voice of the experienced. You know what? When a generation lacks men who would advise, that generation lacks everything. Advice is the basic foundation for effective and efficient transformation. If you want to experience greatness and come to a place where you deliver to a generation effectively and efficiently, you should be submissive enough to a point where you would be giving an advice. And when you are able to fall under the submission order of being advised, it means that you are open up on to a broader way, and on that broader way you are not having the sustainability to survive the test of time, and that you are going to lose your way. So in the midst of wickedness, you are supposed to know one thing, and that thing is that you will need the counsel of the wise to survive. The counsel of the wise to survive. If you cannot walk in the counsel of the wise, then you cannot walk in dominion, you cannot walk in wisdom, and you cannot walk in intelligence, because you are going to lose all the strategic measures which are there to set as precepts for your efficiency and effectiveness. So listening and adhering to counsel is very important. That is why when there is a child in the house who does not listen to the counsel of the parents, it becomes obvious that that child is not going to end well. And in some cultures, when a child refuses to adhere to the order of the family decides to cut that child off and pronounce him not a member of the family anymore, in order for the family to be rescued from the shame that child will bring home. When a child refuses to adhere to the ordinances of a family, it means that that child is going to bring shame to the family, and so therefore that child needs to be dealt with. Counsel. You will need counsel. You will need counsel in order for you to get yourself structured appropriately and bring out the best maximization of your life. Because you see, what you think you are doing actually has an appropriate way for it to be done. That until you submit to the right people in order for you to get the efficiency out of your doings, you are not going to make out the best result that is required out of your life, and that you will end up living a wasted life. A wasted life is a life which has the potential but does not have what it takes in bringing out the fullness of that hidden potential. Don't be a waste man because you refuse to adhere to the counsel of the elderly. Don't be a waste man. Don't be a waste man. Most destinies are waste because they refuse to listen to counsel. That they were on a wrong path and they were cautioned and they decided to keep on going, and as a result of that they did not end well. Don't be part of a wrong counsel, a wrong when you don't take counsel, you end up wasting your life. Now, I would take my time and then split it into two. I'll take my time and then split the conversation into two for us to have the right counsel and the evil counsel, because not every counsel is meant for your good. And so therefore, the lady who is manipulating you and feeding you with certain information about your husband isn't there to give you a right counsel about your relationship. As a matter of fact, right from day one, when you were in the courtship stage, she was telling you that marriage isn't good for you, and that right from day one she was actually trying her best to make sure that you don't get married, and you were in love, and actually you also cherish the relationship. So you weren't able to have the foresight to see that the very conversation that this lady has been giving you since day one are sentence which does not correspond to your vision of getting married. And now you are married and she is telling you things that your husband should have done for you, regardless whatsoever that your husband has done for you. That telling you that what your guy is giving you is not enough, pushing you and pushing things on you for you to obtain from the guy. And yet you are not seeing that counsel that is coming from this young lady is a counsel that will collapse your marriage. Because you cherish the relationship and you think that what that fellow is saying is actually trying to help. But unfortunately, the motive behind the force of operation is that you get your marriage collapsed. You get your marriage collapsed. And this is why a lot of relationships are unable to survive, because there are several counsel. Was it not that a fellow advised you on your business and told you that business cannot survive, so therefore you should sell it and invest in something else, and you decided to adhere to the counsel, and today you are bankrupt, that what to even eat you don't have? Evil counsel. There are certain counsels that when you listen to certain informations, when you listen to and you pay attention to them, you are going to live a wasted life. When you listen to certain friends, you are going to live a wasted life. When you don't identify the right people to take counsel from, and you decide to take counsel from anybody, trust me, your relationship will collapse. Trust me, you will lose your marriage. Trust me, your business will go down. Trust me, as I am telling you this. Trust me. Trust me. You can preserve your relationship with the right counsel. You can. Don't listen to that old boyfriend of yours who is now your ex. Don't listen to him to lose your marriage. Don't. because it has become a norm and the error in the system right now that a lot of people are listening to their exes and is bringing down their good marriages. Why should you, as a married woman, be taking counsel from someone who has divorced 2-3 times? How possible are you taking counsel from such a person? And what do you think such a person is going to tell you? Because at the end of those numerous divorces, the lady is still single, the gentleman is still single, and you are taking advice from such a person because you think the person is your friend. Listen, when someone is your friend does not mean the person has the guarantee and the right to counsel you. Not everybody should be permitted to be your counselor. Not everybody is supposed to become your counselor. Not everybody. Listen to me very carefully. If you are going to allow everybody to be part of your counsel group, then you are going to die young. You are going to die before your time. And whatever you touch will not become a blessing but a curse. Because it's not every friend that is there to give you a counsel that will take you to your next level. That is why, in order for you to get certain information, you have to search for the right site, the right people, in order for you to get the accurate information that you need. You don't know how to drive. You want to teach somebody how to drive. And you who is learning how to drive from he who does not have a car and does not know how to drive, you should know that you are going to waste your life on the road. Trust me, you are going to waste your life on the road. It is very important that you consider your doings, you consider how you rate and you handle things on your way and your journey to success and greatness. Because there are a lot of people with the intention of victory, the intention of becoming someone profitable in society, the intention of becoming great, the intention of excellency. There are people with that intentions, but listen here very carefully, that regardless of the intentions, you will need the right counsel from the right people in order for you to get to where you want to get to. If you don't get the right counsel, you are going to waste your intentions. So regardless how intentional you are about your vision, when you don't get the right counsel which will supply you with the right information that you need on that journey, you are going to be misled. Because what leads a man the most is what enters into him, and things enters into a man through his sight and his ears. So when your sight is not exposed to the right things for you to see, you will have a corrupt life. When your ears are not open to the right hearings, you will become corrupted by the sound of whatsoever that you are listening to. That is why people are advised not to listen to certain songs, not because that the songs do not sound right, do not sound interesting, does not have the right rhythms flowing through them. It's because they do not have the content which is supportive to the vision and the mission of a gentleman. And so therefore that shouldn't be part of your algorithm of operation. So you should know that there are certain things that shouldn't be part of your framework in order for you to achieve the apex of your vision. Because you would have the best intentions, but when you don't have the right counsel, your intentions would be wasted. That is why we have a lot of wasted lives. A lot of people are in the grave right now because they did not get the right counsel, and that is one of the biggest tragedy. A tragedy where you have an intention but you don't have the counsel that will carry you across in order for you to bring your intentions into reality. The right when you don't get the right counsel, you are going to live a wasted life, because evil counsel will corrupt your right intentions. So regardless of your intentionality, you will need something extra in order for you to be on guard and be on the right path. And that which you need is what is called the right counsel. The right counsel. The right counsel. Find out who is in the society who has gotten to where you want to get to and take counsel from. Not you don't have to take counsel from everybody. No. You don't need the counsel of everybody to get to where you have to get to. You don't. When you decide to take counsel from everybody, you are going to live a wasted life. Don't waste your life as a result of wrong counsels. Don't waste your life. Don't waste your life. Find out, clearly define your vision, and find someone who is close to that vision or has gotten to that point, and take counsel from such a person. And that is where you will be able to experience the rescue of life. You cannot experience rescue. You see, men of good counsel are threatened to people who don't want you to become your intentions when the intentions are good. That is why the gentleman was shot recently in the United Kingdom. He was working with counsel, teaching the people the way to go. That one of his interviews, he was asked how he want to leave this earth, and he mentioned that he want to be remembered with being bold for what he believed in and being courageous for what he believed in. And he was carrying a counsel to the generation and to the people. And I was listening to one big man, and he was saying that technically, from the view of things, that guy stood a chance of becoming the president of the United Kingdom. And unfortunately, the future president has been shot and taken out. People with right counsels are threat to people who do not want you to amount to anything. That is why they will try their best to make sure that you lose your relationship with people with good counsel. That is why you are supposed to fight your way to get connected with people with the right counsel. Fight your way. Fight your relationship with people with the right counsel is not going to be easy. And so therefore you have to fight your way to that point. Be submissive when you come into contact with people with the right counsel. Be submissive. Do not fight them, because you see, in their attempt of giving you counsel, do you know what will happen? They would have to re-socialize you from the wrong counsel that you have as your foundation. Because when the foundation is wrong, it means that the building do not have any firmness. So they have to break that foundation and then do reconstruction of a new foundation for you. And when that is done, there is a guarantee that the structure could be built. So in their practice of breaking down the foundation of old, you realize that you are not going to be comfortable, and as a matter of fact, at the beginning of it, you might not even understand that this is what these people want to do, and so therefore you will fight them. And that is how a lot of people have lost what they are supposed to be holding it with boldness and raising it as their banner. They have lost a whole lot of, because they stood against the very councils that were helping to rise with him. Because people with true counsel and good intentions, when they come your way, they are not soft people, and that is what most people do not know. And that is the problem of this generation, because most of our young people think that when you start your journey, anybody who is supposed to give you a counsel is supposed to, fall in alignment with that counsel. No, things do not work that way. When things have to work effectively, you would have to meet with people who will help you to break your shell and give you a new exposure, remove the old skin and give you the new skin, in order for you to journey appropriately. People who are true counselors will always give you the very principles and precepts that is required. And so when you meet such people, they are instructive, they are disciplined, and they are mindful of anything that they tell you. So when they ask you to do something, they expect you to hold it with all boldness and ego and carry out whatsoever they have given you. If not, you are going to lose it. If you are unable to submit to a man of counsel, you will not get to anywhere profitable. Trust me. Listen to me very carefully. You will need a counsel of the wise in order for you to become very productive, very influential, and very transformative. You will need a counsel of the experience. You will need a counsel of the old. You will need a counsel of the experience, and you will need a counsel of the knowledgeable. You will need it. So in your attempt of becoming great, you have to submit to counsels. You want to become a good husband, you have to take counsel from good men, people who have been able to. There is a man in your environment who has married the wife for over 20-30 years, and you think that you cannot go to such a man for a counsel. My brother, you are wasting your time. Don't rush into marriage if you are not taking counsel from people with experience. Don't. I think this is what most churches have been able to understand, and they have given certain criteria that before you enter into marriage, the would-be couple will have to go through a counseling.